Ramadan Mubarak to all those observing this month. I'm Congressman Jason Crow. Ramadan is a chance to reflect on our blessings and take stock in things that are often taken for granted, including clean drinking water, safe shelter, food on the table. It is more important than ever to remember the most vulnerable among us, as COVID-19 has intensified our nation's hunger crisis and food insecurity all over the world. So many organizations in our own community have answered the call, including the Colorado Muslim Society, the Multicultural Mosaic Foundation, Crescent View Academy, Masjid Shuhada Food Relief, Masjid Ikhlas, and many more. Nationally, Muslim organizations like Islamic Relief USA have committed millions of dollars to COVID-19 response here in the US, benefiting hundreds of thousands of Americans. As we face these very challenging times, this opportunity for growth and introspection is even more significant. It has been incredibly difficult for all of us not to gather with friends and family, but we've found other ways to stay connected with our loved ones and our various faiths over the last year. This year's celebration will continue to look different from normal, but hope is on the horizon. And just as the month of fasting concludes with the celebration of Eid, I look forward to the day when we can all be together physically, not just in spirit. Thank you, and Ramadan Kareem to all of you.
I'm Iman Jodeh, and I am the state representative for the 41st House District in Aurora, Colorado. I'm so excited for this Ramadan, and I know this Ramadan will still look a little different than years past. This Ramadan, for me, will look a lot different because most of my nights will probably be spent in this chamber, in the House of Representatives at our state capitol. As we get deeper into the legislative session, I know that we will have later nights debating the people's work. But that's what we do, and I'm honored to carry this responsibility for the people of Colorado, for our community, to make sure that our representation matters. In the spirit of Ramadan, I want to wish everyone a blessed month. And inshallah, next year, we can gather safely and happily together. Assalamu alaikum.
In ancient times, many great leaders, great thinkers, philosophers, religious leaders, artists, thinkers used to fast before a great event, before a great conference, before an important meeting. These kind of people would fast because they found that when they fasted, their mind became clearer. Their mind became sharper. And they were attuned. Their mind and heart became attuned. And that facilitated great success in those great events. And one of those great leaders of the past, great hero of the past, was a young Hebrew woman named Esther. And Esther was a young queen in the court of the emperor of Persia, ancient Persian Empire. And the great emperor had a young new wife, a new queen named Esther, who happened to be a Hebrew woman. And short after she became a queen, she found that there was a scheme in the court by the great advisor, the senior advisor to the emperor of Persia, was scheming to throw out all the Jews of Persia out of their homes and out of the Persian Empire. Losing their land, losing their properties, losing their homes. And so the young Queen Esther was called to face the great challenge of saving her nation, saving her tribe, saving her family. And in order to do that, she had to go and meet the great emperor. But queens were not allowed to go and see the emperor whenever they wish. Queens had to stay in their quarter, wait for the emperor to call them. A queen who would come to the emperor's quarter without being called would be put to death. That's how it was in ancient Persia. And so young Queen Esther dedicated a whole day before she went to see the emperor, before she went to risk her life. She spent a whole day fasting. She dedicated that day. And until today, before the happy holiday of Purim, in the Jewish tradition, you fast one day before the holiday. You fast in order to remember the fast of Queen Esther, the young queen that had lots to lose and she had lots to gain for being courageous. And Esther spent a whole day, 24 hours a day, day and night, fasting, attuning herself, mind and heart, praying to God the whole day, and just attuning herself and cleansing herself and becoming sharp and pure and ready to face the hardest challenge ever. She was about to break the rules of the Persian Empire. She was about to break the rules of the emperor. She was about to risk her head. But she did it. When she finished the 24 hours of fasting, she went to the emperor quarter and knocked on the door. And the guards asked, "Who is it?" And Queen Esther said, "It's me, the queen. I have to talk to the emperor. It's quite urgent." And the guard opened the door and informed the emperor that the young Queen Esther is there to see him. And the emperor was in a good mood. Somehow the emperor forgot about the rules. And he let the Queen Esther come in, and he heard her invitation to come to a party that she would throw for him the next day. And in that party, in the middle of the celebration, in front of everybody, Queen Esther stood there and told her side of the story, and told the emperor about the scheme behind his back to throw away all the Hebrews out of the Persian Empire. And the king sided with his queen, Queen Esther. And the Hebrew tribe of the Persian Empire remained in the empire. And not too long after, the great King Cyrus allowed the Hebrews to go back to the homeland, back to Jerusalem. And the Hebrews left Persia, went back to their homeland in Jerusalem and built the second temple. And that was the end of the Babylonian exile of the Hebrews. But they survived in Babylonia, in ancient Persia, only thanks to the courageous young lady named Esther, who fasted for 24 hours to clear her mind and heart, and to be sharp and ready and attuned and connected to the high worlds and the lower worlds, and connected to the Creator of all worlds, when she went to face the great emperor of Persia.
Greetings. My name is Reverend Tamara Boynton. I work at the Interfaith Alliance of Colorado. As a Christian minister and a friend of the Multicultural Mosaic Foundation, it is my honor and privilege to be invited to speak to you of Ramadan. To me, Ramadan is a time of year that moves me deeply. Let me tell you how. I am moved by the power, the will, and the humility that accompanies a month of fasting during long daylight hours. I am moved by the way Ramadan calls upon Muslims to hunger not just for food, but for justice. I am moved by the ways in which my Muslim colleagues and friends find a deep gratitude for God's presence hourly, daily, even as the body calls upon the mind to break and to take a sip of water or a bite. My Muslim friends and colleagues know that the only true submission is to God. I am moved by the daily iftar celebrations among families, friends, and communities once the sun goes down. The breaking of the daily fast connects people deeply to each other, to God, and I think of that daily sundown prayer that must be so tangible that it becomes like the first bite of the breaking of the fast. And so on this day, to my dear Muslim friends and neighbors, Ramadan Mubarak. To my dear friends of other faith traditions, I pray that you might use this opportunity during the month of Ramadan to learn about this powerful ritual for the Muslim community, to deepen in your interfaith understanding, and to deepen in your own daily hunger for justice, for community, and for your God. Thank you.
Shalom. Salam. My name is Evette Lutman. I'm the rabbi at B'nai Havurah, Denver Jewish Reconstructionist Congregation. We want to wish you a meaningful and joyous Ramadan. I know these last 14 months of the pandemic have been difficult. We are covered in the dust of stress and loss. And sometimes during those very legitimate concerns for our health and safety, our spiritual selves can take a back seat. And then here comes Ramadan for you. I'm kind of jealous. You have a fast that is designed to deepen your connection with God and to shake off that dust. Then you go out and celebrate with friends and family and feast. I hope one day to be able to join you in that feast. In the meantime, I and my congregation wish you a meaningful fast and a joyous celebration.
Ramadan greetings to all of our brothers and sisters of the Multicultural Mosaic Foundation and the Muslim faith. My name is Russ Watterson, and I am the stake president of the Aurora South Stake of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It's my pleasure to convey my personal greeting and best wishes to you during the observance of the holy month of Ramadan. I also express my respect and admiration for your devotions this month. Together with you, our church recognizes the sacred benefits of fasting as a way to focus our thoughts on our personal relationship with God, to invite divine inspiration, light, and knowledge into our lives, and to create opportunities to love and serve our fellow men and women. It's my very personal hope that this season of Ramadan will give you courage to confront and overcome the adversities of life and attune you to life's many great joys. Ramadan Mubarak.
Hello everyone, my name is Reverend Diana Thompson. I represent the Jōdo Shinshū Buddhist tradition. And today I'll be doing a reading called The Golden Chain. I am a link in the golden chain of love that stretches around the world. May I keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in this golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. So at this time of reflection, let us remember to not only keep our own links bright and strong, but to help others whose may be tarnished or broken and receive help when we need it. Thank you and have a wonderful month of Ramadan.
Ramadan means we talk nicely, we give people stuff, and we go to the masjid when we're talking nicely.
Ramadan is month of gratitude, humility, and self-restraint.
Ramadan for me means community and being thankful for God's blessings.
Ramadan means to be fun.
Ramadan means to me solidarity.
Ramadan means to me purpose of life as a human being.
Ramadan means to me friendship.
Ramadan means to me community and togetherness.
Ramadan means to me self-reflection and compassion.
Ramadan means to me generosity, friendship, and patience.
Ramadan means to me knowing how the less fortunate feel.
Ramadan is the month of sharing and caring.
Ramadan means to me getting presents.
Ramadan means family.
Ramadan is the month of worship, supplication, and accountability.
Ramadan to me means a month of prayer.
Ramadan takes you away from all your everyday routines and habits and devotes your energy to remembering Allah.
Ramadan for me is challenging with my ego to become a better person.
Ramadan means slowing down and taking it one step at a time.
Ramadan means helping, sharing, and praying.
Ramadan for me is a pouring rain that waters our thirsty and dried hearts with love and hope.
Ramadan is a month of reflection, a month of love, a month of patience, a month of gratitude.
Ramadan is a special time for me.
Ramadan means to be sharing.
Ramadan means to me sacrifice, community, family, and faith.
Ramadan means to me collective conscience with everyone who fasts and try to feel the feelings of your neighbor and the people around you.
Happy Ramadan!
Please close your eyes and imagine soft breezes touching your face and taking away all the day's tiredness and stress. It smells like the magic soup that you would have when your granny was around when you were just a child. You can hear the children playing out and laughing over something funny to them. There's this sweet kind of rush at the places. People are rushing to arrive at the table, not only to break their fast, but also to witness the moment right before the breaking the fast, where you are purely yourself before God, and it feels like absolute love and compassion. It's been hard to reflect on your actions. It's been hard to make plans accordingly for self-growth, but you feel that it's worth every second of this reflection because of the peace, because of the inner tranquility, and because of how you now close to the better version of yourself. So Ramadan means sustaining the love within the community and myself. So please open your eyes and welcome Ramadan with me.
Ramadan.
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 Ramadan.